today we're very honored to have you here at the book launch, and we look forward to your association with us for years to come. Thank you, Milind. I request Mr. Nerurkar to give a moment of thanks to Milind, and we request him to say a few words after that.
Is it? Okay. Good. Good evening, friends. Very happy to be back here once again with this very, very inspiring gathering. I'd just like to say that I'm quite excited ever since I heard about this book. And of course, Probir thinks that he tried very hard to convince me to be here. But the reason I'm happy is because I think it's very inspiring. You know, a lot of people I meet every day, they talk about fitness, you know, especially to me, because recently, even though I have been involved in fitness and sports and health activities since I was a child, people have started talking about fitness and health today quite a bit. So they ask me about fitness. How do I be fit? How should I be healthy? What should I do? What is the first step? And I tell them that, you know, fitness starts in the mind, and they're a little disappointed because they think it's about running 100 miles or lifting 20 kilos or doing 400 push-ups, but that's not fitness. Fitness is about dealing with life. Fitness is about being positive when everything around you can make you negative. Fitness is about spreading positivity amongst everybody around you, creating an environment where everybody can be their best. Not in competition, but as individuals. What is the best you can be in your situation? And when you can encourage people around you to do that, to be their best, and how do you do that? How do you encourage people to be their best? Just by being your best. Just by doing your best at every minute, you inspire other people by your example to do their best. And I think this is a great inspiration of Probir writing this book. And I mean, it's his first book. And sometimes we talk about, you know, people with a disease or people with disabilities, and we say that, oh, you know, poor things, they must be sitting at home, they must be depressed. But it's not like that. I meet so many people who we feel sometimes that, you know, this life has been bad to them. They're in a bad situation. But when you meet them and you see what they're doing, you're amazed. That they're so full of positivity, so full of enthusiasm, so full of excitement for what life has to offer, that it becomes inspiring for everybody else. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm very, very happy to meet you. Very proud of you for the lesson. And again, I'd like to thank Mrs. Chitnis for meeting me in 1997 and bringing me into the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Always very happy to be here, to be part of all the activities. I would like there to be many more, and I think this year there have been more activities. Too many? It's never too many. We should do more, and as far as possible, I will try to be there. Thank you very, very much. And now, the next thing I look forward to doing is reading from the book. Okay, thank you.
Now, thank you, Milind, for your lovely words. Now to the star of the day, Probir Sengupta. He is a MS warrior and has made us all very proud today on World MS Day. In spite of his MS problems, he has achieved his dream of writing and publishing a novel. MSSI has publicized his launch of Probir's book all over the MS world. On stage. She's the publisher, and please give her a big hand, please. Now I request all the audience and everyone present here to just stand and hold hands, and let's form a human chain. You just show our solidarity to NS. Just be in your places and you can just
invite one among the team, a lady who has made it all possible, the publisher of BecomeShakespeare.com, Malini Nair. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you for the applause. Kindly share with us a few words, Malini, about making it all possible, the association with Probir title waves. And I'm sure we're going to be creating waves out here with the author Probir. And so now it's time to unclothe one copy out here of Unclothed. And it's a fight to the finish line, but jointly together we're going to have a photo finish for an exclusive photo opportunity. So here presenting Unclothed by Probir Sengupta. Cheers to you, Probir, all the very best. Not forgetting, post the event we'll be having the signing of the copy, so please ensure that you have your copy to be signed and personalized by Probir, our author. Taking the celebration of the book forward, I'm firstly going to invite Probir to share a few words about specifically the book and his thoughts about the characters that flow through. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got your books, then you can get your eyes a little bit on Milind, a little bit on the excerpt of the book. He could probably tell us which page is he reading from. And lend your ears, it's over to Milind.
"27. Thank God it's 3:30 a.m. Oni thought to himself as he looked at his watch. It was all that he was wearing. Anirudh's tired legs could hardly carry him further. He had been using the darkness to hide his nakedness while he ran as fast as he could, but he still had a little more to go. Heaving, he stopped to take in a couple of breaths. Far away he could hear a car honking as it sped away in the dead of night, like him. "I have to get to Dee's place. She's the only one who let me in it like this at this hour," Oni reminded himself, trying to gather hope. The way to Dipali's house would have been easy, but only if Oni were clothed. Thankfully, he knew every shortcut, every low wall, and every narrow passage on the way. He had used them all before, to get away from Dipali's dad. Finally, he reached the building and silently crept in through the gates. As luck would have it, he came face to face with the watchman. Oni knew him. Keshav and he had met many times before when he visited Dipali at strange hours. But today was different. There wasn't a single thread on Oni's body, and it's not every night that Keshav was startled by a new 27-year-old man walking in through the gates. "Shh," Oni gestured with one hand, unsuccessfully trying to cover his branch of berries with the other. Keshav just shook his head in disbelief and quietly let him pass. The elevator ride to the 9th floor seemed ridiculously long this time. Oni prayed that there would be no one waiting outside the elevator door on Dee's floor. His prayers were granted. Oni had to ring the doorbell a couple of times before Dipali's door opened. She must be sleeping, the poor girl, he thought. He was wrong. At the door were some young women who he had seen in the past only in photographs. "Oh, you didn't tell us you had an unwrapped surprise dropping by, Deeps," one of the ladies screamed, seeing the handsome man in the raw at the door. That reminded you of me. As Dipali finally emerged, Oni flashed his most disarming smile and blurted out, "Hi, Dee." The young man could feel every single eye on his butt-strapping body. "I'm hosting a hen's party. This is just what we needed," she said, after quelling the million questions budding in her head for a couple of seconds. He could trace the faint vestige of a smile on her beautiful face. Oni stepped in. Deep down, he was actually enjoying making entry, wearing nothing but a smile. He was testosterone-soaked, part Cro-Magnon, part alpha male. He knew that this all-ladies party was about to get a lot noisier. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Yeah. And I hope you'll enjoy it even more when you read it. That's it from me. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Milind. Of course, he got in the life into the characters, and if you had the taste and flavor of the book through the eyes and the tone of Milind, I'm sure you'll be having your own set once you get back to your book, your personal copy. Right now, we're going to engage ourselves with a little bit of an interaction with the author to get under the skin of the book. So we'll be floating a mic around, and those of you who might have a question for Probir, kindly raise.
Ad where we were unclothed. And this is Renuka again. Are you getting, I'm sure your Facebook or your page will be flooded saying, everybody must be wondering what Milind is up to now. Is he going to be unclothed? Why is he launching this? What have you thought? If somebody was to ask you that, what would you say? Why unclothed? Why are you associated with this?
Well, I like being naked.
Oh.
It's the way we're born, and I celebrate it. As you know, there was a very famous ad that I appeared in 20 years ago that was celebrated in the courts for many, many years. But it was a beautiful photograph, and even today, people remember it, people like Renuka. And in fact, I know a lot of photographers who come to me and ask me if I would like to pose naked for them. Just maybe out of the whole nostalgia, because you know it was a famous ad and I had a great body, I still do. I worked hard at it. And so if there was an opportunity and there was a great photographer and I thought that we could make something beautiful and artistic, I would definitely do it. Definitely. I'm sure to all of you.
Okay, we have one final question for this evening, because many of you have got questions, but because of the constraint of time, at least one question per person, we have almost accommodated. Madam, your last question, maybe? Yeah. Name and question.
Probir, if you were to go for a second edition, would you make some changes in your plot, or would it just the same?
No. It would absolutely be the same. It would absolutely be the same. There would be nothing changed.
Thank you for joining us here to grace the occasion. And everyone, and all members who are supported from the Multiple Sclerosis Society of India, appreciation to you one and all. Not forgetting Tidal Waves Bookstore for making it possible.